Hello everyone. As you may know, there are several digital tools available by now for continuing the teaching learning process. So in this video, I'll take you through a very effective learning management system, that is Google Classroom. Google Classroom is a product by Google which has been developed to manage virtual classrooms, that is classrooms which are not built up on a physical space. Through Google Classroom, the teachers can easily manage their courses by providing all the relevant course materials to the students in any digital format. It can also enhance collaboration between the teacher and the students. Let us see some of the salient features of Google Classroom. It facilitates organization of course contents in digital format. Through Google Classroom, assessment of learners can be done easily through assignments and quizzes. It maintains students' grade books. Through Google Classroom, students' progress can also be tracked very easily. It enables discussion forums for better communication between the teacher and the students. And last but not the least, it is accessible anywhere. So even if the teacher is, say, traveling, he or she is still be able to evaluate his or her students in an effective way. The only thing you need to have is a good internet connection. So let's take a look how to manage classes through Google Classroom. For it, you just type classroom.google.com on your address bar. So this page will appear when you type classroom.google.com on your address bar. Since I do not have any classes as of now, it is showing as blank. So to create a new class, I have to go to this plus button over here, and when I click on this plus button, it will show me two options. One is join class and the other one is create class. So let me first create a class. Click on continue. Now you have to give the title to your class. Say this is a test class 1. Say section is A. The subject is, say, ICT. Room number is 1. Just optional. And click on create. So this is the landing page for your Google Classroom, and this particular area is like the cover theme area for your Google Classroom. It is just like the way that you have a cover photo to any of your social media account. The same way you can have a theme, color theme for your classroom as well, and by default one theme has been chosen, but you can always change this theme by going to this option, select theme. So if you click on this option, you will see a number of categories over here, the general, the English and history, the maths and science, then arts, then sports or others, and in each of the categories you will find a lot of collections for your cover theme, and you can choose any of the photographs under any of the categories that suits your need or that suits your taste. So let me try something from this category, and let's say I choose this one, and then I have to click on this select class theme, and accordingly, as you can see, the theme for my class has been changed. So with the help of this theme also, you can recognize your classes if you have got multiple classes. So apart from the name, you can also distinguish your classes by the theme as well. So here in this portion you can see a tab called upcoming. So it is just for the information, the latest informations that will appear in this portion. The teachers as well as the students will see any latest advancements or announcements about anything in this portion. The latest comments will appear at the topmost position, and that's it. Again, in the center of this menu bar you will see four main tabs for this classroom. These are stream, classwork, people and grade. The Stream tab functions like a social media platform where you can see all the recent assignments and announcements related to the class. This Classroom tab can be called as the teacher's primary workspace, where you can post assignments, questions and materials, and you can also create quizzes and topics, and even you can reuse some posts from your previous Google Classroom if any. So now when as a teacher you create a topic based on say an unit, type of assignments or any other organizational option, it really helps you to visually organize your contents or assignments. Let's explore what are the options available under this Classwork tab. So by clicking on this, you will see one button called Create. So this is the option, this is the button by clicking on which you will be able to create any of your classwork, be in the form of assignment or quiz assignment or questions or materials or topic. So now when as a teacher you create a topic based on say any unit or type of assignment or any other organizational option, it really helps you to visually organize your contents or assignments. Now when as a teacher you create a topic based on say an unit or type of assignment or any other organizational option, it really helps you to visually organize your contents or assignments. You can also add course materials under a particular topic. Again, the quiz assignments option allows you to create a quiz through a Google form, and it attaches it to the assignment. So when you click on the quiz assignment, it will automatically create a blank quiz through Google form like this, and you can of course add questions and edit the form as per your need. So you can add questions here and you can edit the form as per your need. So till now, since I do not have any of the classwork, any material or assignment or topic posted over here, so this page is showing blank to me. But once I create any assignment or any work and assign it to my students, it will be shown under this tab. So now coming to the People's tab, you can see that here are two categories. One is the teachers and other is the students. So since I have created this classroom, so I have created through this email ID, so me has been automatically assigned as the teacher for this classroom. But if I wish, I can invite any of my fellow teachers to be a part of this classroom, and for that I just have to click on this symbol over here, and by clicking here you will see to type a name or an email. So if I know the email address of my fellow teacher, I can add it manually, and I can click on the invite button to invite that particular teacher to be a part of this classroom. Again, for adding students to a Google Classroom, there are two options. The first option is that you can invite the students by adding their email IDs. So if you know the email IDs of your students, you can type them, and you have to click on invite, and as soon as you click on invite, an invitation email will be sent to the registered email ID of that student, and once that student accepts that invitation, he or she will be added automatically to this classroom. So let me try to add one email ID, say say I want to add my classroom, and so I have entered his email ID, and I'll click on invite. Now let's check whether that particular student has received my invitation email or not. Let's go back to let's check on the part of the student. So here you can see there is one class invitation. So the student will receive an email like this. So here is an option to join the class. So when the student clicks on this join button, so there is one confirmation message box. You have to click on join again. And then you can see that the student has been added to this classroom. So how can you know that? That when you go to the People's tab, the student will see who is the teacher for this classroom, but he or she will not be able to see his or her name because he or she is already a member of this classroom. Now let's go back to the teachers page, and now we can see that one student has been added to this classroom. Another way of adding students is by sharing the class code. And what is that class code? Let me go back to the main home page of my classroom again. So when I created this classroom, on the cover page, on the cover photo itself, there was a display for the name of my class, that was TASTE class 1, and a section name was also displayed, and beneath that was a class code which was automatically generated for my classroom. So if I want to add some students as a teacher, what I can do is I just have to copy this class code, and I can send it to my students by means of any way, that is through email or through any kind of media, be it group, WhatsApp group or Telegram group, or you can also send it manually. So the student on its part, what will have to do, that the student will have to copy this class code, and when he enters classroom.google.com on his address bar, again he will also see this page where going to this plus icon over here, he will get two options, join class and create class. Now as a student, he will have to click on this join class option. So as you can see, this option is asking the student to enter the class code. Now the student will have to copy the class code as shared by his teacher and just have to paste this class code, and he now have to click on this join button over here. Now this student has also become a member of this classroom, that is TASTE class 1 section A. And now going back to the teachers page, we can see there are two students that have been added to this classroom. The teacher is there and two students have been added to this classroom. And if you want to remove any student from your class, you just have to click on this box, and here is an option for action. You can email that particular student, you can mute that particular student, and of course you can remove that particular student. Now going back to the home page again, you will see this settings button over here. So if I click on this settings button, let's see what are the options available for this. So it will show you the class details, that is your class name, the description for your class, the section, the room number and the subject, and if you wish to edit this, you can do it. Now under the general section, the class code has again been displayed over here. So if somehow you are not able to find your class code in your home page, you can always find your class code in the settings option under general section. And you can also reset your class code by clicking on this reset button. Then under this general settings option, there is an option for the students that whenever as a teacher you post something, be it an assignment or any kind of announcement, the students can post and comment. The students can only comment and only the teacher can post and comment. So you have to choose the relevant field, the relevant option as per your convenience. So if you click on students can post and comment, so the students will be able to post and comment against whatever you post as a teacher. Then there is one option for grading. So here as a teacher you can set up your own grading system by choosing total points or weighted by category grading system, and in both these cases total points and weighted by category, the grades will be calculated for you, and you can let your students see their overall grade. But if you don't want to use a grading system, you can choose the option no overall grade, and I will choose it for now. And let's go back to our home page, and now let's try to add some assignment to this classroom for my students. So I'll click on this create and I click on assignment, and now to add a title, let's say my assignment is of OER in the teaching learning process. So say I want an assignment to be assigned So let's say this is an assignment, critically discuss the role of OER in the teaching learning process, and I can put some instructions for my students in this section. I can write anything, and if I wish to, I can add this assignment. If it is already stored in my Google Drive, I can go to my Google Drive and select that assignment, select that file. I can just paste a link of anything that I have already created, or it is already available in any way. I can attach a file which is already available on my local device, or even I can upload a YouTube video for reference to my students against this assignment. Again, I can create this assignment in any of the forms like docs, that is Google Docs, or slides, or sheets, or drawings, or forms. So for now, let me just create my assignment in this way. I have just typed the title of my assignment, and let's say I'll put some instruction to my students. Say this is what I want to share with my students, and I want to post this assignment to all my students, but if I wish to, I can select a particular student and I can share this assignment with that particular student only. But for now, I'll select all my students. Every one of my students will be assigned with this assignment. Coming to the points, let's give it 20 points. You can also add a due date and time. Let's say we choose say by 31st of July 2020, and time also you can add say 11:59 p.m. So the student has to respond to you by 31st July 11:59 p.m. and if I wish to, I can put this assignment under a particular topic. So for it I need to create a topic, or if a topic is already available, already created, which is relevant to this assignment, you can put that assignment under that particular topic. For now I am keeping it just like that. So this is it, and now I have to click on the assign. And as you can see, this assignment has been posted to my classwork tab. Now going back to the point of view from a student, now to find out how the students will check your notification, let's go back to one of the students tab, and as you can see on the stream page, the student will see FDP ICT teacher posted a new assignment. By clicking on this, the details are visible to the student. This is the assignment, critically discuss the role of OER in the teaching learning process. It creates 20 points, and the due date is 31st July. Now if the student has to respond to this assignment, what he or she will have to do, let's explore. So on the right hand corner of his page, the student will see this option, this widget called as your work, and there is one tag, that is the student has been assigned against this assignment. So if the student is done with his or her assignment, what he will have to do is just to click on this add or create button over here, and he will get this much option to select his file from through Google Drive or through link or file or any other available options. So for now, let's say the student wants to add the file from his local device. So clicking on file, he'll click on upload, and let's say this is the file that the student wants to upload as an assignment against this given task. The file is being uploaded. Although this is not a relevant file for this assignment, I am just doing it for a demo purpose. And now the file has been added, the file has been uploaded, but it is not over yet. What the student will have to do now, he will have to click on this hand in. So it says one attachment will be submitted for critically discuss the role of OER in teaching learning process. So click on hand in. That means the student is done with the submission of his assignment against his given assignment by the teacher. Now the teacher, when goes to the classwork tab and against this particular assignment that he created, he will see that there is one student who has turned in for this assignment. So by clicking on this turned in, the teacher will know which student has actually responded and turned in for this assignment. Now if the teacher clicks on this view assignment, he will see the file that has been uploaded by the student as a reply to this assignment. Now here in this portion, there is an option for private comments. So once the teacher adds some comment for his student, the student will be able to see that comment on his page. He can revert back accordingly. So let's say the teacher says please include relevant examples. Okay, and click on post. So now that student also will be able to see this private comment from his teacher. Please include relevant examples. So this private comment is an option for individual communication between the teacher and the students, and thus it is very effective to carry out the teaching learning process. So let's say the student now unsubmits his assignment, already submitted assignment, and he makes the necessary corrections in his file, and again he adds the same from the local device. So let's say this is the modified assignment that has been created by the student, and again he will hand in this assignment to his teacher. So here the teacher will again find one turned in, and in this case against that particular student it is showing 2 attachment because he has submitted his assignment. And now let's say the student has actually incorporated whatever has been asked by the teacher, and now it is time for grading. So the teacher can grade this particular student upon his submitted assignment. So let's say the teacher gives him 15 marks out of 20, and after that the teacher has to return this assignment to the student. So the student will be notified and can check any grade if you have left. So click on return. Now coming back to the student's page, the student will now see under your work section that his assignment has been marked, and he will see the marks allotted to him by his teacher, that is he has got 15 out of 20 marks for his assignment. So if he wish to, he can resubmit his assignment by if he is allowed to do so, otherwise this mark will be counted as final against this particular assignment. Now if the teacher goes back to the grades tab on the menu bar, he will see that for his last assignment, that is critically discussed, the role of OER in teaching learning process, out of 2 students, 1 student has turned in and he has been given mark 15 out of 20, and so the class average has been shown as 15 as of now. So this is it about the creation of a Google Classroom, and how you can post an assignment, and how a student on his part can revert back to an assignment. In the next video we will come up with how you can do evaluation with the help of Google Classroom. So stay tuned to InfoBits. Thank you for watching.